Welcome to the So You Want to Get Fat podcast. I'm your host, not your typical chef, Brian Sal. And today with me, everybody, it's my co-host, the one, the only, Frenchie. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Keep checking if my sign is there.
Yes, it's always there. It's always there. And you know what else is always there on the So You Want to Get Fat podcast is
Your stutter?
that too. And the meat and potatoes of today's episode. We are going to check out Fallow making the best Michelin dishes, Michelin-starred dishes from every decade. Yeah, I knew you would like that.
Oh,
yeah. It's now we're in for a big one. This is gonna be a big episode, everybody. We have a lot of ground to cover. I don't know if we'll be able to finish this video, but I knew this is something you would like, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
I knew this is something you would like. But before we go on to the potatoes,
Wait, does Michelin give a best dish of the year?
I don't know. I've only seen like the first 3 minutes of this episode. I'm going to assume they just kind of like went by what was the most iconic. You know what I mean? Because there's always going to be that one iconic
I'm
dish.
stealing some recipes.
Frenchie, before we go on to the meat and potatoes,
340 West 46th Street, New York, 10036 for all those postcards.
yes, and gifts.
Swag,
Although this wasn't mailed
knives,
to us,
art.
but shout out to George. His son made this cool Kurt Cobain book for school. We just wanted to shout him out for his awesome hard work. He watches this show, and look at this art. This kid's an artist, an artiste.
Well, he's always getting us.
Yes, he has given us a lot of art. And then there's the Frenchie Comedy Club. Frenchie has dropped money and decided to open up a comedy club. No,
Is it?
kidding.
No.
No. There's just this.
I was like, wait, did I?
Yeah.
First, just a split second there,
Yeah.
I was like, but did I?
Maybe I did.
Maybe I did.
Yeah. No. This is some people came in.
They came in for dinner and then they dropped that card off.
That's awesome. All right. Well, shout out to Frenchie's new business venture.
Well, wait.
It's not. It really
do
isn't.
I not own that name?
Oh, you need to trademark.
God
You're
damn
the
it.
one. You're the one when you first started
I said.
appearing. You would always be like trademark.
Trademark. Yeah, but they're like chips in the night. They're not a permanent thing.
Well, I got a few shout outs to do because we regularly get visited by our fans now. We have a very loyal, dedicated following, and we love you guys very much. Now, and this just shows how much of a piece of shit I am. So whenever fans come visit me at the shop, I always ask
Wait,
them.
only when fans come to visit? No, you're a piece of shit all the time.
I ask them for their name and I say, hey,
You don't jot it down.
Well-
You forget about it.
well, no, I do jot it down. The problem is sometimes I jot it down too fast and I have the fat fingers, even though I've been losing the weight, but I still have a clumsy finger.
Mhm.
And I know that one of your names is Natalie, but unfortunately, the gentleman's name is autocorrected to now, as in like the word right here, right now, N-O-W. So I know your name's not now. I'm going to say it's Ned. Yeah, and maybe it starts with an M, a Mark. I have no idea. I'm sorry, dude. But now and Natalie, thank you for visiting Mission Sandwich. Dimitri visited Mission Sandwich. Did anyone visit you? No, because they like me better than you.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, you definitely get a lot of visits. The problem no, it's not a problem. The thing is, though, you have a lot more staff than I do that acts as a buffer.
Yes.
Which means that I clearly love you guys more than Frenchie.
That's not true.
Another
not
shout
true.
out in the comments section for the podcast, how we would always say we want fan art. Well,
Right.
Elizabeth Martinez here said, read my comment and I'll send art. Well, guess what, bitch? We just sent you, we just read your comment, so send us art.
That's harsh.
I know. But I didn't say bitch, in a derogatory way because this is a female viewer. I just, it's like in the sense of like, do it, bitch.
Maybe you could stop being such a little bitch.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate your attempt at saving that.
No, I'm not trying to save anything. I'm grumpy. I've been congested.
Yeah, you're like, "No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's getting worse,
No,
dude.
it's not getting worse,
It's
but
getting worse if it's not healing."
well, I think it's just allergies. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Contaminated. Fallout shelter.
Well, anyway, wanted to talk
Petri
really
dish.
quick about our week. We've had a great week.
Wait, are we not doing this? I wanna do
What?
this.
Yes, we're gonna. Wow, you really want to get to the
Yeah,
meat and
I wanna
potatoes,
get to the
but I
meat.
want to tell our audience about the cool stuff we've been
Is that
doing.
me? No, that's
Like,
not me. Oh,
like,
there's me.
yeah, like for example, you took me to see Ricky Gervais on
Yes, you
Tuesday.
were my date
I
on
was your
Tuesday.
date. And it was great. Frenchie like put his arm around me during the show. Now keep in mind this is the Beacon Theater.
Oh, it was tight.
Seats were very tight. And Frenchie, number one, as soon as Frenchie sat down, he's like, "This is my
My
armrest."
And I did it to the other guy
Yeah,
too. And that poor guy was so big. He was
I know
like this. He was like this the whole time. And I'm like, nope. This is mine and
I know
mine.
this dude sitting on the other side of
He was
Frenchie
like
was
six
even he was
four.
bigger than me. And
Yeah, but not well, tall. He was taller.
yeah,
That's not the point. He was wide.
yeah, yeah.
And he was like this.
That's what I meant by bigger than me. He was
Oh,
bigger in every sense. I
oh.
mean, literally.
And it,
Um,
and his,
eh,
and a big wife too. Oof. Oof.
And Frenchie at some point, I could tell he was just going like, "This is still too tight," and just put his arm around me. And the thing is, though, you would like tickle me or like you would tap on me,
Uh-huh.
the whole time. Everybody thinks so we're a gay couple.
I don't give a
No,
fuck
I
what
don't give
people
a
think.
fuck. No, I don't give a fuck. But anyway, so we saw Ricky Gervais, and then yesterday, on a whim, I got invited to go see Teddy Swims
When? When?
at Radio City
When?
yesterday, last night.
And you didn't bring me.
No, because I was the one invited. I got someone else's ticket.
Oh, I like his mic stand.
Yo, dude. Oh wait, I want to go back to the Beacon Theater for Ricky Gervais.
Wait, you taped it? You're not supposed to
No, no,
tape.
I before the show started,
Oh,
I
okay.
just filmed the inside. There's Frenchie eating his M&Ms
And peanut M&Ms.
and peanut. But yeah, so going back to Teddy Swims, I got invited, and look at these seats.
No way. Look who show. Is that him?
Yeah, yes, it's a Teddy Swims show, dude.
Oh, I thought maybe that was like what's his name?
No, that's his band, dude. They were incredible.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, seven
I
seven
can't I
rows.
can't stand everybody with their fucking phones out all the
I
time.
know, especially the
It
guy who
ruins
filmed
it.
this.
It takes me out of it. I'm sorry. You're at a live show.
It's great. It's an incredible show. His band was so here's another really cool thing.
I like what they did at the Beacon. If you pull
Yeah.
out your phone, you're getting kicked the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
out.
they were gonna kick you out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But musical artists generally want you to film
Yeah,
because they
because
want you to post on
yeah,
social
I get
media.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. It takes it. I don't. That's why I don't like fucking concerts anymore. I
Well,
don't.
okay, good.
I
More
liked
more
it.
space for
In
me.
my day, there was like you had your cigarette lighter to show appreciation.
Mhm.
That's it. I don't fucking like all the phones out.
Uh,
Like how realistically, how many times are you gonna watch that again
I just watched it now.
for a purpose
Yes.
to promote your
Yes.
bullshit?
Yes.
God
What do you mean
damn it.
my bullshit? This
I
is
wasn't invited. It's
this
your
it
bullshit.
wasn't my ticket to give away.
Say, hey, Paul, I got this ticket, but I love you so much.
So check this out. My buddy Kevin Wilson, who's
Right?
a professional photographer,
He took the pic.
he was the one there, and
Oh,
I was so close to front stage, I saw him, but we were like 5 rows
he
apart.
said,
So
yo,
no, so we were like
talking.
we're texting each other, and then we'd like text and look up
Oh,
and
even
then
more
laugh.
annoying. So you're not even enjoying the show. You're fucking texting
No,
during the
this was
show.
before the show started. Why are you
Oh,
being so judgmental?
because I don't. That whole every shot now. That's what it is. That's all you see.
That's life moves on. The technology moves things forward.
Yeah. Nope.
Frenchie,
Nope.
things.
Nope. Nope.
Anyway, these are some of Kevin's photos from the show.
He's sweating.
Yeah, he must have been sweating. He a thick boy.
You got to be really talented to be able to tat your face up like that.
Yeah, dude, his band and him. I mean, just on key all the time. Just
And they sang that one song.
all of them. I mean, he has a few big songs right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, I generally go to metal shows. 90% of the shows I see are metal shows, but this was something really special. I'm really glad I got to go check this out. But I want to shout out Kevin because he is an amazing photographer. I know him from the metal scene. He generally
Dude.
photos a lot of metal bands.
Naked Cowboy.
Yeah, Naked Cowboy.
I remember Naked Cowboy when he was in really good shape.
Uh,
He's been there for almost 30.
well, so Naked Cowboy goes to the same gym as I do in Queens.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I see him all the time. Yeah, he's getting old. That's the thing.
Dude, he is old.
Yeah. But
And rich. I don't know why he keeps doing this.
Kevin also does like us hot sauce gochujang
À l'orange.
gochujang.
À l'orange. I know, but I was focused on
Gochujang.
à l'orange.
Be an asshole. Don't buy it.
I can't walk and chew gum. You gotta you gotta give me
But
one.
our buddy Kevin, the photographer, also sells sauce. I promised I'd shout him out, and he's gonna hook us up with some sauces to try too.
Dude, those are very good labels.
Yeah, right. Aren't they awesome labels? The company is called UNSELLABLE Hot Sauce. So definitely check it out. UNSELLABLE Hot Sauce. Link will be in the description below. Let me make sure to put that in the show notes right now, so I don't forget.
Wait,
Because-
Samsa House makes it?
No, this is totally different. But we're hot sauce people now. We got to support each other. Okay, we shouted out the hot sauce. We got another hot sauce. Lost becomes blink. Once.
Oh, wait, wrong eye.
Blink once. Be an asshole. Don't buy it. Link in the description below. Speaking of Lost Becomes, my band will be opening for Dry Kill Logic June 13th. That'll literally be tomorrow as of this episode coming out. So go to the link in the description below, pick up a ticket, come check us out. We are the opening band. Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Are you coming?
Oh, it's too far.
Yes, and it's a Friday, so you in Jersey after.
Oh no, I'm in my short shorts.
Yeah. Short shorts.
I'm in my short shorts. Yeah, I got nice legs.
All right. And then lastly, before we go on, I do want to mention that all these podcast episodes, where are they available? Where are they?
Spotify.
Spotify's good
It's
stuff.
Joe Rogan, so you want to get fat.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Flagrant, Andrew Schultz, below us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Dillon, below us.
Below us. Yeah. Okay. Let's check out the meat and potatoes of today's episode. Headphones on, my friend.
And now I have Teddy's song in my head.
Yeah. Lose control.
Lose
control.
That's why you don't sing in the band.
Nope.
Oh,
we're cooking 100
the
years
lobster
of
ravioli,
Michelin-starred dishes, recreating the best meals from every decade of the prestigious guide. The Michelin-star system is
Thermidor.
recognized as gold standard of cooking around the world. But what were the iconic dishes from every decade?
First, we're going to start with 1920.
Lobster
So
Thermidor.
the Michelin Guide started as a guide for a French tyre company in order to sell more tyres. The guide started in 1900. The first stars were awarded in 1926, of which there were 46 given out. And then it wasn't until 1931 when they started doing almost like a tiered system with 3 stars awarded to the best restaurants. It is all started by a tyre company as a marketing exercise. Why are we doing lobster thermidor? It's a symbol of opulence and luxury.
Oh, right. I had that.
This
I had
is definitely one
I
of
had
the
a really
dishes
good
that would have
version
been
of that in
around
St.
on the
Martin.
menus of contemporary restaurants.
Oh, by
at
the
time.
way, did you guys notice Frenchie's complexion
It's even darker.
is even darker? Italian has come out.
Italian.
Yeah, lobster thermidor is awesome. I used to make a type of lobster thermidor specifically for Chef Chris Santos's mom. So Chef Chris Santos, judge on Chopped, owner of Beauty in Essex, where I was the chef for a few years, and his mom.
Hey,
what?
Why can't you invite Chris to this show?
I have tried. He lives in LA too.
I'm sure that's why he's.
Time whilst Michelin were awarding their first of their stars. When we were doing some research for this video, we even called Michelin up to try and get a definitive answer of which restaurant was the earliest one. So basically, we have a YouTube channel and we're doing a video. Head of press team said that they could get us an answer by Feb, so I thoroughly believe that even Michelin don't really know. Prepped our lobsters, killed them, we've cut them in half. This is what we're going to use to make our lobster thermidor. First, we're just going to make the mix, which is basically the claw meat goes into a bowl, and then we're going to add a little bit of bechamel, but it's just got a little bit of bisque, which we make by using the shells. It's heavy on Dijon mustard and a few spices. So in here we've got our lobster meat and a nice bit of the lobster bechamel. This is a version of a recipe that we found via Escoffier. It's pretty true to what we would have seen.
He's a French chef, restaurateur, and culinary writer, popularized.
I know. I have all the cookbooks, all the revised versions. This is the Bible.
Yeah. He is the man that really, I guess you could say, not even set the bar. He set it up.
On the menus in fine dining restaurants all across Paris. Now, obviously, we would call it retro, but back then you can imagine it was very cutting edge. So there's 100 different ways.
Do you see how to keep it straight? They have the...
He's actually going to cover that.
Ways to make the lobster thermidor, but this is the very classic way. We put in the spike in there to keep the nice shape. What we're going to do is turn out the fillets once they're cooked, carve them, and then gratinate the claw meat with this bechamel inside the head. Okay, so we're going to place our lobsters under the grill. And to be honest, this wouldn't be too far dissimilar to what they would have used. They probably would have baked this in the oven as well. These are just going to really gently cook under the grill. Okay, so once they're like partially cooked, what we're going to do is just...
You always see with fallow is their attention.
Yeah, that's
just...
It's just they level up at each step.
Every step of the way, yeah.
Flip them over, release that meat on the other side, but not overcook the tail. So quite likely what you would have had is a way it would have come table side and served up this lobster, which would be carved.
Like, because usually like in a restaurant, like we're busy,
I guess this is
we're
what
gonna do like 50 of these.
Right. Yeah, so you kind of take shortcuts.
Yeah.
It's still a great product, but the level of detail these dudes put into it, you can just tell no stone unturned, and it gets even crazier. I was about to tell you that I did this lobster thermidor for Chris Santos's mom every time she was in town. He's from Massachusetts. I made a Ritz cracker stuffing into the lobster, and
it goes good with the bisque flavor.
Yeah, it goes amazing. I made it for every single time she came, and like you were talking about how I did it more like pub style, like
so no shell,
and everything. But I took the claw meat, chopped it up, but I mixed scallops and shrimp into the stuffing, and then
that's a good way of put volume to it.
Yeah, and then I baked the whole thing very high temperature, and then with the lobster raw. Got it really cooked and then seared it in the broiler last minute. Served it with melted butter.
Send me that recipe.
Will do. But what he's doing here is
beyond.
Beyond. I mean, just above and beyond, and to be admired, really.
Michelin sort of defines so well. 1 star is a trip you would stop on your way. A 2-star is worth making a detour for, and then a 3-star
that's a destination,
is a specific trip which you plan in advance to go to there for an experience. This is very much
those are the 2 inductions I'm missing, by the way.
In any way, shape, form.
You're missing induction
burners?
burners?
2.
Gee, those are expansive.
I know.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is just going to take out that meat delicately, and then that spike just helps as well, because then you can just pull it out in one go. Can remove the spike at that point. Lay a small amount of the lobster bechamel all the way down the length with a little bit more in the head, and this is going to melt and flavor that meat as it cooks. Let's load up this head with this stunning claw meat, which has been cooked in a courtillon. So that's a little bit of fish stock in there, and then
just fucking awesome.
Lots of different vegetables. With all these classical recipes, there's always layers and layers to the way they build the dishes, and adding a courtillon when you cook your lobster is just that extra little step that adds just this really awesome flavor. The fat from this bechamel just works so well with the lobster because it traps in all that flavor as it gently cooked. Get this nice and hot, and then we'll add the tail back in to serve it, carve this lobster, and then this would have been sort of distributed at table side. This is all high class people. You don't want to have to get your bib out and do like a shellfish boil.
I would say that's one of the distinguishing factors between really true fine dining versus an average restaurant, because we've spoken in length what is a restaurant, right? But there is restaurant and then there is fine dining, and what that line he said there, I think, says it perfectly. Fine dining, there is that extra layer of basically everything's been done for you. You are just
Yeah.
there to experience the food
You're just
and the ambiance
you're
and the
just
service.
plunging the fork. I
Yeah.
gotta write the I gotta jot this down.
Got what?
I wanna. This is what I'm gonna do.
Oh, you're gonna do a lobster
Oh yeah.
thermidor? Yeah, that'd be great to do here. Yeah.
We used to do it all the time. I
Yeah.
forgot it. I don't.
The inspiration gears are turning in Frenchie's head.
Here is like this gentle gratination of that sauce that we added. And then what we're going to do is just add
See
in
how
tails, the opposite.
Cooked the claw
It's
meat.
in and out. It's
Yeah.
like
So he
it's
cooked.
time consuming. It's
Oh my
labor
God,
intensive.
labor intensive. And that's what you're paying for at a fine dining restaurant.
You
But
see all the legs too.
Yeah.
Like I would also use all the meat in there. You know, you can
squeeze it
you
out.
can squeeze it all out. I would add that to the claw meat
Yeah.
too. There's a lot going there.
What I wanted to say is that notice the claw meat was already cooked in the corp bouillon. He stuffed it into the head. He cooked that separately from the tail meat. So the tail meat's now going back inside. I mean, just again, so much attention.
Tail back in. So it looks very natural, but obviously there's absolutely nothing natural about it. Just going to take some Gruyere, and this is just for the sort of final touching of gratination as that lobster tail heats through as well. We've got the Gruyere on there, and then it goes back under. In order to plate up, just have them opposing sides. It's completely timeless, you know.
So he left the
such a
claws,
stunning dish.
the legs for for
Yeah,
decorative
garnish, yeah.
purposes. But again, I would have been just as happy to add that too.
Yeah.
Take that little excess.
Yeah, if you guys take those little legs and then take like a wine bottle or
Yeah, it
rolling pin,
comes right out.
pops right out. And it's a lot of meat too.
Yeah.
Garnish was one of those things. I think sometimes it can seem a little bit old-fashioned, but still 100% has
This
a
is a
place.
perfect
The
dish.
the luxury in this dish is in the technique behind it.
Oh, you
And
heard
the
that?
What?
The luxury in this dish is the technique
Yes.
behind it. Yeah.
Yep.
So as
That's what we've
opposed,
just been saying.
yeah, as opposed to something like foie gras or sturgeon caviar, where the luxury is the ingredient itself.
Yeah.
This is the manpower and the artistry and,
Yeah.
and the
This
command.
is
of
the
technique.
lobster, because it's a cheap item.
Yeah.
Goes into the category of a souffle.
Right.
Or souffle is like egg whites. It's like the cheapest ingredient you
Right.
can.
But because of your mastery of the ingredient,
Yes.
you transform it into something luxurious.
Ingredients used. So 1920s lobster thermidor done. Ooh. I wonder if they were paying the
Beautiful.
same that we're paying for lobster at the moment. These are £29 a kilo. It's such a luxurious dish. Probably the second time I ever made it. I would definitely make it again.
Fuck these guys, and they're eating it now. Like,
Wait, did he just say it's the second time he's made it? And it looks like that?
oh, I
He
wasn't.
just said it's probably the second time I've made this.
So 1920s lobster thermidor done. Ooh. I wonder if they were paying the same that we're paying for lobster at the moment. These are £29 a kilo. It's such a luxurious dish. Probably the second time I ever made
Wait,
it.
they're
Oh.
paying $30 a pound for
Yeah.
lobster?
Yeah, that's what he just said. Pounds. I mean, yeah. They're
Yeah.
paying 30 pounds for a pound of lobster.
Yeah, so that's probably $35
Yeah.
a pound.
No, maybe more.
No,
30.
that's about it. We have it cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
would
can get.
definitely make it again. Now it's so
Yeah, he said that's only a second time. I mean, maybe not in his career, but again, he has a very strong command of
Yeah.
of technique. So I'm not surprised on his second go it looks like that.
involved
Yeah, I
in
think the
British
last time I
culture.
made it was
Also, I
like
bet you there's a lot of shit
in
ones
the
out there.
80s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I never made a lobster thermidor until I made it for Santos's mom. They were like, "Yo, Santos's mom loves lobster, stuffed lobster. Can you do something?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah." You know, I had an idea of how to do it. I
Ooh,
know
stuffed
basic
lobster
things.
is different though.
Yeah.
Because that's stuffing, and then you can really soak up like lemon juice into it.
Well, that's where the Ritz cracker came in.
you know.
You know,
Oh
Yeah.
stuffed lobster.
now it's stuffed lobster's fucking dope. Dude, his mom asks for it now. When I was working there, I don't know if maybe they're still making it for him. But
100%.
I almost wouldn't trust people to make it properly. Whereas back in the 1920s,
What do they say? Don't mess with the classic.
delicious.
Next up,
oh, fuck you.
1930s. Welcome to the era of traditional, flavor-led luxury.
Oh, that's the gallbladder chicken.
Yep.
Poulet, right? Is that poulet de? Is that how you say it?
Hmm?
Huh? How do you say that?
Poulet de.
Oh, okay. A French chicken breed that's known for
The black-footed
uh
quinoa.
yeah, okay. They have protected designation of origin status.
Famous poulet de Brest chicken.
Oh,
translates to breast chicken in half morning. So this dish was made famous by a chef called Eugénie Brazier. She was from Lyon. She had 2 restaurants, both by the same.
Yeah, so that's not discoloration under the skin. That's black truffles underneath. This is another really old school classic dish. And actually, a video of this dish being served tableside kind of went a little viral for being disgusting. But again, it's very, very classic.
Name called La Mère Brazier, both of which had 3 Michelin stars, one of which is still open to this day and still has this dish on the menu. It's famed the world around for being one of the finest chickens you can buy. It's from the Brest region in eastern France, near Lyon. When you buy this chicken, it's dressed perfectly. It still has the feet on, so you can see the freshness. Beautifully trussed here. So what we've done here is we've taken some softened butter, black truffles, and we've just released the surface of the breast and massaged the truffle and the butter underneath the skin. So this dish is all about the gentle poaching of this beautiful chicken in our stock with some onion, some thyme, and some white wine. So this era embodies the move away from lavish luxury.
The difficulty level here is in the poaching because, believe it or not, even though you're cooking in a liquid, it will dry out if you do it wrong.
Yes.
So timing is of the essence
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. If you know what is poaching, guys? It's it's essentially, I'm gonna call it like a light boiling of, if I had to explain it to.
It should be below simmer.
Right, it's a simmer.
You shouldn't see any bubbles.
Yeah, no bubbles. But it's a very gentle cooking in liquid. And but even if you cook it gently, as Frenchie said, if you do it too long, you'll overcook it. It'll get a grainy texture. There is this moment where if you stop the cooking process, you will have the most moist, tender chicken of your entire fucking life.
And problem is most Americans and the way we were brought up, like you're afraid of that.
Right. Yes.
You keep thinking, this is not cooked enough. This looks raw. It's like, nope.
So growing up, I ate a lot of Hainan chicken, Hainese chicken, which is very not similar in technique. There's no truffles or anything, but it is a poached chicken, and it is desired to have that silky, soft, very juicy, no grainy texture whatsoever to the chicken, and it's poached, so you have that boiled skin texture.
That slight give. Ugh.
An ostentatious presentations and service styles to more ingredient-led cookery, focusing more on the subtle aromas and balancing of the aromas with the quality ingredients. I'm just going to take some white onion, lifting the chicken slightly off the base of the pan, making sure we cook it really nice and delicate. Some thyme, season the chicken all over, generous glug of white wine into the bottom of our pan, followed by our chicken, probably about a litre or so of chicken.
Oh, this is not the one that's cooked in the bladder.
Yeah, but it's the same principle.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So we just want to almost just cover the base of the chicken, baste it a few times while it's cooking.
You thought that.
We're going to cook it at 120 degrees.
You could see what?
I could see how you thought that.
Yeah. I thought it was the bladder chicken.
Man.
Yeah. You're jotting this down too. Yeah. I don't know if this one would sell too much though.
This would be a specialty for 2.
Oh.
And it would have to be, you have to order it.
Right. I mean, I'd order the shit out of it,
right?
But the average person though, I think they're going to be a little thrown off by the quote unquote boiled chicken skin. Especially today's audiences. Today's.
This is an educated.
Please, very gently. The management of the low temperature is going to help. It's going to help the truffle permeate into the fibers of the chicken.
You have to tell people
in France,
you're
in
waiting
this period,
for this.
we had the very more male-dominated haute cuisine, which sort of stemmed from luxury Paris. So Eugénie Brazier, her cooking was very much steeped in Lyonnaise tradition, more regional cooking style. Cover the pan. This should hopefully take about 2 hours. Okay, so to serve with our poulet de Brest en demi-duel, classic sauce. So this is her version of a sauce albufera. A touch of brandy, Madeira, equal quantities. Her version is slightly different in the fact that it uses, we are going to use foie gras as a thickening agent for the sauce at the end, instead of a more traditional roux-based sauce. I'm going to go in with my brown chicken stock, a touch of cream, lots of black pepper. We're going to remove our poulet de Brest from the oven. We're just going to let our chicken rest there now. Beautifully tender. Going to go with a little knob of butter on a low heat. We're just then going to add our foie gras. This has just been debaked.
You know, and I say wow to that chicken because you can see it's completely intact. You can see how plump it is. So you know that it's going to be very juicy. But another thing, the skin isn't broken.
Yeah.
Perfectly intact.
And then we're just going to emulsify that in.
Oh, fuck
and
you.
The foie gras will help to thicken the sauce, yeah. Thickening.
Ooh.
It's almost got a gloss to it, which comes from the fat. So we just got a few little vegetables just to heat up to go with our garnish. We're just going to carve the chicken
But
off the
this
bone.
would traditionally be done at the table.
Right. Yes. Yes. That would be.
Smell.
That's
the smell
another
of the chicken is
leveling up
incredible.
of the dish.
We've got our beautiful leg, French-style presentation. Just letting all the ingredients sing for themselves. We've
Yeah,
got
you're
one of the
right.
best
We couldn't do
chickens
that
in the
here.
world.
Yeah.
Lovely, fresh.
They'd be like, oh,
That's exactly what I was going to say. You know, it's going to freak people out.
Yeah.
It's going to freak your average customer out. You know, snooty.
You see the joints, the coloring in the joints. Like most people, oh, that's not cooked. It's
Right.
Like, no,
right,
that's.
And I've said this many times before. So to kill salmonella, you have to take it to 165 degrees. If you let chicken cook to exactly 165 degrees and cut it open immediately, you will see on the bones and joints, it's still very pink. But to be safe, to make it dummy proof, the general public has been taught basically like nuke it.
Yeah.
You know, which I understand, right? Because most people
Look at those vegetables.
yeah. Yeah. Look at how well, number one, the integrity of the vegetables, how they've been cooked. You can still see its shape. It's not beaten up. It's
See the stems to
Yeah.
show you proof of origin.
yeah.
Vegetables, beautiful truffles permeating through the skin of the chicken. Albufera style sauce. I don't know how much these chickens cost, but I want to say like 30 quid a chicken. Perfectly cooked chicken.
Like
I want to see the cross cut.
Chicken's poached as well. You can't even just forget about that. Poaching a whole chicken. I mean, it's not something I'd actually never do, but why not?
It's an amazing celebratory dish.
Next up, the 40.
you can, you know, you can see why these guys are so successful. Not only having a immensely successful YouTube, and this is me kissing their ass. They're far better chefs than I am and ever will be. But you can see they're so successful because they're so good at teaching.
Yes,
And
but they're also respecting like the art cooking.
right,
And the discipline.
the history, the art, the discipline. You know, all the techniques. You can see they really fucking love it. And this is definitely one of my favorite channels we've ever reacted to.
This is-
period. And they're British. And again, Frenchie and I, 9 out of 10 times, we're just fucking around. We're joking. But obviously, these guys are crushing it, man.
Yeah, but because you're cooking French food.
Let's talk about
all these
what happened in
Michelin
94.
items are going to be all French.
Yeah, check this out.
Obviously, Europe was a bit preoccupied during the 1940s because of that naughty little angry Austrian. The Michelin Guide didn't stop. They actually helped during the war effort, the Allied troops, because they provided roadmap for the Allies on the D-Day landing, which were really.
They also didn't want the entire world to start serving German food. The Michelin Guide understood if that were to happen, our food would be very different today.
Be integral and useful in the war. During the occupation, there were still actually restaurants feeding German troops, and you can see there's a catalogue of restaurants listed in like German guides to Paris. They didn't stop trading during that time. They just fed rich Germans rather than rich Parisians, rich Nazis. After the war, a really important figure started to come about in the culinary world, which is a guy called Raymond Olivier, the Bordeaux region of France. He's the son of a chef, and he actually started an apprenticeship under his father at the age of 15, much like our beloved co-host on this channel, Jack Croft. So this is one of his most famous dishes. So this is Pigeon Prince René III. Dish that was created in his restaurant that was awarded Michelin stars in 1948, and it was to celebrate the marriage of Prince René III, probably the most famous actress in the world, Grace Kelly. Squab pigeon, which is a type of pigeon. It's a different breed of pigeon that's been essentially a domesticated farm pigeon. Deboned, and then we've trussed it. So we've taken out all of the sinews. We've stuffed it with a chicken mousseline, which has been cut with a...
That is some fucking skill to do that. Time consuming and fucking skill.
a beautiful little bit of foie gras, some goose liver, some black truffle. This is everything that wartime wasn't. This is opulence, wealth, luxury.
Yeah.
The restaurant itself was called Le Grand Le Four in Paris. Raymond Olivier was probably the first celebrity chef. Raymond Oliver was the first ever chef to have a TV show. This is kind of where chefing comes out of the kitchen a little bit more. The celebrity status didn't start with Marco and Gordon, as you can often think about. It actually started much earlier, and especially in France. Squab pigeon is a really difficult meat to cook because it's super lean, but it's got a really beautiful flavour. So all we're actually doing is getting colour on these ballantines, but we're centering the colour to the area where the chicken mousse went in first. They're focusing a little bit more on farm to table, a little bit less on the old luxuries of the.
So you see how he said that he mentioned that he's cooking it on the mousse where they so that gets set, that can that solidify, and now you're creating a good foundation for now. It's not gonna, because that's your most fragile part, right? So how you cook the other side, the meat could expand, and then your mousse could come out,
right,
and then just
splooge
and
out. And he also
splooge.
Yeah. He also mentioned how squab, it's a very lean meat, right? So it's going to be easy to overcook.
The grandeur of the past, and moving towards some slightly more modern styles.
If you like duck, it's like a more
so
intense.
This just goes in the oven now, just to cook lightly through.
Duck.
So foie gras is obviously a little bit of a contentious ingredient nowadays. Cruel the way they do it. They need a goose in order to get the
worth it
saturation of fat. It is an ingredient that's not fashionable in any way, shape, form to use anymore. And I kind of think
that's probably how they figured out foie gras, right? Because there was some goose being really fucking mean and nasty, and some farmer was like, you know what? Fuck.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. And then when it came to slaughter, they're like,
oh, look at this.
What's that?
What's that?
With good reason, really doesn't need much heat. It'll naturally sort of melt at room temp. So just a good hit of salt and pepper in the same basing juice as a star pigeon, and then just slightly agitate it and move it around, so you get a really beautiful golden crust all the way over it. I always rest my foie gras quite nicely.
I'm currently working on a sandwich for Mission with foie gras in it.
How much are you gonna sell that?
It's gonna be expensive, but you know that's part of the
your butter component.
I'm working on making like a spread, doing a type that we would spread the foie gras. That would be the cheaper option. But I'm also fucking around with like just seared foie gras, you know, like an upcharge. And I would only offer it for a couple of days, you know, as a fun little thing.
Splash of Madeira. And then just burn off that alcohol. I've got some nicely reduced chicken stock here. Okay, so we've not reduced this too much. Should be a nice. So we had a look at a few different ways of plating it, and I think there's been different iterations of it. We just wanted to kind of do like an old school plate. So this is a blackberry gel, taking off the ties, keeps the whole thing in place whilst it's cooking.
He's obviously it's some kind of gel, but
but
did he say raspberry?
I was hoping that it's got to be a sweet thing, right? So
a blackberry gel,
blackberry gel.
Taking off the ties, keeps the whole thing in place whilst it's cooking. Gonna go one side of the plate, and it would have just been incredibly simple how he would have done it. I think I'll just carve it just to show the cross section. I mean, can you imagine trying to put this on the menu here? Absolutely crazy. All primo ingredients.
It just goes to show you how like groundbreaking they were at the time, because dishes like this are still seen on menus today.
One of those things never going to go on the menu, but it's a beautiful archive of an amazing dish.
So this recipe gets translated through to chicken, to rabbit, to a lot of, to even fish, right? That's So it's just the protein gets changed, but that recipe works across so many things.
Yeah. So this is a very long episode, and I definitely want to do this again. We're gonna check out one more dish,
okay,
and then we'll.
Oh, you're warning me.
Giving you a little.
Yes. Okay.
But also giving our audience something to look forward to. We'll bring it back because I do want to watch the rest of this. I legit.
You're warning me.
But we still have the not so current news.
I get so mad. I mean, okay, let's see.
Okay.
But don't show me a glimpse of what's next.
Okay.
1950s France. Bouillard en vessie, a chicken in a bag.
That's the one you wanted.
This dish was created by Kevinnnn, who was a legendary French chef who ran a restaurant called La Pyramide, which was awarded 3 Michelin stars. It was the restaurant that was owned by his parents, and this is one of his famous dishes. So it's basically
That's why to us it looked like that was going to be the recipe.
We have a whole breast chicken as we used in the 30s. Release the skin from the breast and we place some sliced
he's got the truffles in there again.
Some butter. So in the cavity of our chicken, we've got some shallot, we've got some hard herbs, some rosemary and some thyme. And we're going to very gently slide it into our pig's bladder. So our bladder has been soaked in cold water and we've cut the top to be able to fit the chicken in. Cooking.
And what cold water does is it'll make everything contract and then squeeze out any grossness, essentially.
In the pig's bladder, it comes from
also makes it a bit more durable too.
Historic way of cooking. We're leaving the feet and the wings on for our presentation. We just need to be careful that they don't pierce the bag. So into our bag, we're going to season our chicken. So it's a little bit like cooking something on papillote, but obviously in a more theatrical way.
Which I would prefer.
Yeah.
A little bit of morel juice.
It's cheaper, a lot less labor intensive. Yeah.
Yeah, because that bag is not offering you any flavor. Sorry.
Right. It is, in my opinion, it really is just a presentation thing.
I feel like this dish was made for like, how do we keep the Americans away? How do we enjoy and keep the Americans away?
We don't like the Americans in the dining room.
Or you could use truffle juice. They might have used as well in the times. We've got a small glug of Madeira.
So people, they used the same poulet de Bresse from before for this recipe.
Yeah, the same chicken.
Brandy or cognac.
Not the chicken, saying the same breed of chicken.
And then a little bit of white wine also. And the chicken is going to steam inside the bladder and absorb all those lovely flavorings that we put in. So we really want to make sure here that the seal is really, really tight so that no steam can escape.
Yeah, I'm not putting this
Okay, so we're now going to place our chicken into our stock. Like so. And the bag will inflate as the chicken steams. This style of cooking in the bladder is sort of like the real first sort of steps of
it's the exact same chicken as before,
sort of slowly started seeping into kitchens.
Hush, this is why I don't like this.
Don't you cry, Daddy's gonna buy you a truffle pie.
This is for table service. They pop it, they open it up.
We are now ready to serve. So they'd usually serve it at table side, and then the big reveal is when you cut the top off. So we're gonna capture all the juices in the pan so we can make our sauce.
Oh yeah.
So the chicken is almost plumped up. So we're just gonna reduce our cooking liquor. I've seen methods of this where they would then reduce this table side and make the sauce in a pan at the table. So into our sauce, we've got a few morel mushrooms. We've got a little bit of cream, a little bit of butter, and we'll finish it with some final seasonings.
Did you just hear that? Morels, cream, and butter. Fuck, baby. Fuck me. Oh.
It's regional, it's seasonal, it's flavor. Oh, the chicken is almost
hell.
And you see the color of that chicken?
Yes.
And the important thing is,
like you would serve that here, people would be like,
people would complain. They would call the health department.
But it's not.
But it's almost like very first iterations of sous vide.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
It is.
The amount of work it takes to do and the amount of like sheer diligence you have to have whilst you're cooking it, I probably wouldn't do it again.
But I would use the same flavor combos. Next up, it's 1960.
Now this
we gotta watch this too.
Oh yeah, we gotta watch
this. This is a good one. Shit.
This is a good
Oh my god, I totally forgot about this dish.
Potato scales.
Oh
yeah, baby.
I had this once before.
1960.
I made this at Lucille.
Paul Bocuse. So, signature dish for him is a red mullet. So in total,
I met him.
Paul Bocuse is. I would say he.
I told you that's how I got my nickname, right?
No.
Because Paul Bocuse and Torres nicknamed me. Oh, I was in front of Paul Bocuse. I was like, oh, how coincidental though. We have Paul Bocuse because we have Paul Bocuse, which is nice ass. We have Paul Bocuse and Paul nice ass. So Bocuse is like nice, means nice ass.
Bocuse.
Bocuse. But his name is Bocuse. Bocuse. It's very close.
Gotcha.
He's like, and I was like, I didn't get.
I know what I'm calling you in public from now on.
Bocuse.
Bocuse.
Michelin stars for 55 years, which is an insane achievement. And
So
this dish was.
Do you see any similarities in this and Ratatouille?
Oh yeah. Yes, that is right.
55 years, which is an insane.
Look at that. Yeah.
Insane achievement.
That's
and
one
this
of the
dish was on the menu.
influences for Ratatouille. There's another chef too that was used as an influence too.
Yeah. Well, Thomas Keller like designed the inside of the kitchen, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it was more than him. It was a lot of people.
And I think it's still on the menu today. And again, it is in Lyon. So you can see a bit of a trend here. Lyon is obviously one of the...
It's the food capital.
I guess it's the epicenter for
so France is the world capital,
in the 60s.
But Lyon is the capital of France.
It's just a lot more of an open border, open-minded kind of era. And people like Paul Bocuse started making a name for themselves, just doing something a little bit more interesting and unique. Essentially, it is quite a simple dish to make. Really, you start with these potatoes, which just blanch until they're cooked. So the red mullet we've just portioned.
You know, this guy, both of these dudes, they are making some of the finest dishes ever created in history. But their energy gives off like...
It's so simple. Hey, we're doing it.
No, like kids playing in a park.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're just so fucking in their world.
It's approachable.
Yeah, it's very it's great.
So that just involves prepping down the spine, taking the fillet off, and then we've just pin boned it as well.
And that's also how
okay, so we've boiled these, and now we've just taken them out, put them into ice water, and what we're looking for is these like really nice discs. We've got a slurry of potato and clarified butter, and then we're just adding our potatoes into there as well. It'll look like fish scales eventually when it's done. But it's quite an elegant presentation, and red mullet is beautiful on its own. What are you going to do to charge the prices of a 3 Michelin-star restaurant
and
justify
it's
your
all
Michelin
about
stars? Layer it painstakingly
getting a
with
cheap
tiny
item
little
to sell.
rondelles of potato. Best fact of the day.
Because what does that red mullet and the potato cost?
Fucking nothing.
Exactly.
The food cost is... I mean, usually, most of the
time... the labor
yes.
in having to do that.
Well, listen, the labor...
And repetitively.
The operating cost of running a restaurant, a fine dining restaurant, right? The initial investment you have to put into the silverware, the china,
I need to see this. Go.
Guy who Ratatouille is based off. Paul Bocuse was trained by Eugene Brazier. He then went on to train the next generation of chefs as well. So lots of people went through his kitchens. Quite a simple sauce. Oranges, juice them directly into a pan. 1 sprig of rosemary. Just go in with a splash of Molly Pratt. Really beautiful ingredient to use in shellfish cookery and very traditional.
I've done this, but I'm not a big fan of this sauce though.
Oh no?
Right at the end, so you don't need a huge amount, just a little bit. I suppose the elegance of the fish is what you're really trying to showcase here for the initial stage of cooking. It's just a really delicate way to cook the fish. And then what I'm going to do is just add a few flats. This is all about trying to get a nice even coverage. Probably the most delicate technique we've sort of...
I love this.
Tried to showcase so far. So at this stage, we've got foundational colour on the base of these potatoes, and now I'm just going to take it off the grease proof and lay it back into the pan and turn the heat up slightly. I'm going to start to cook the fish on the other side. Put it onto a flat whilst I get the rest of the plate prepared. Almost like fluorescent sauce that we're just going to do on one side of the plate. Just take a bit of veal jus and then just lightly... At the moment, red mullet is an interesting one because it's not in season all the time. In the UK, you can get it for a very an okay price in the middle of the season. All of it goes to Europe because they love it so much. It's got a bit of like retro. Right, next.
Wait, go back. What did they call that dish again? In French?
Next up, it's 1960.
1960, Paul Bocuse. So, signature dish for him is a red mullet. So in total, he held 3 Michelin stars for 55 years, which is
Okay.
How awesome was that, buddy?
Okay.
Do you guys want to see the rest of it? Do you guys want to see us react to the rest of it? Let me know. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course.
Wait. Give me a second.
I'm not moving on yet. Jesus Christ, dude. Calm the fuck down. Yes, we will react to the rest of it, but for the sake of time, we're almost hitting our hour. We still have the not so current news to do. But yeah, you can clearly tell Frenchie and I are fucking in love with this video.
That was so good.
It was so good, right? So we will definitely do that again. But let's go to the... All right. Chris Tucker's family members all quit their jobs after they found out he was making $20 million a year.
Why?
Because they're pieces of shit.
Okay.
Moving on. Nissan is doubling its initial layoff announcement, cutting 20,000 jobs. A wake-up call.
Where?
I don't know. 6 months after revealing the announcement on Tuesday, costing.
Wait, here?
I don't know, dude. Just 20,000 employees. Probably across the entire company.
Huh.
Yeah, they're not doing too good. I've never liked Nissan, and you know, all the Nissans I drove back in the day, as they get older, they just have a lot of fucking problems. Okay. Chuck Norris pulled out a gun and killed an army of 50,000. Then he started shooting. Very important news for you guys today. Okay. All right. Moving on. Health benefits of fart walks, including how they can even prevent cancer.
Yeah, you're supposed to take a walk after you eat. It's very important.
It's good for you. All right, moving on. In Iceland, dating apps include an "Is this my cousin" button because the population is so small. Did you know that, Frenchie? I did not know that. I had no idea. All right. Moving on.
But at what level cousins?
Right. Right.
I think it's 7. You have to be at 7.
Oh, 7 apart?
Yeah.
For it to be safe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. YouTuber Outdoor Boys, 14.8 million subs, just announced he's retiring the channel for now. My wife and I, we both have real concerns about what this will do to our family if I keep growing my YouTube channel at this pace. Yeah, so essentially, you know, he wants to live a normal life. You know, there's a point where there's too much fame. You know,
Is it if he ever wants to start it up again, do you think there'll be backlash or it'll be appreciated?
Oh, I think it would be mega appreciated.
So he can wait for his kids to.
Yeah. Oh, maybe by then it'd be too. I mean, listen, I think he's.
Well, how old are his kids?
I have no idea. Don't know. That I don't know. There's.
Oh, he's only full break is coming after that. Oh
What's
no,
that?
it's temporary.
Post videos through the end of 20. A full break is coming. Oh no, he's gonna post videos through 2020.
Full break.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, can't you make it bigger? Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Yes, there we go. All right. Well, anyway, listen, he wants his kids to grow up in a normal way. That's why I'm so particular about not showing anything about my family on any of these shows. Video shows moment NJ police discovered massive sinkhole.
This is my house.
Yes, this is
right.
This
it's
is
right at my exit.
Yes, it's fucking
Oh
you
shit!
up.
People don't need to know where I am.
Yeah. Dude, this is causing chaos in Jersey, isn't it?
Yeah, no, they opened it up.
Oh, they opened it up. Yeah.
They said choose. Did you know what was the cause?
What?
They built these fucking roads over abandoned mines. And that last earthquake kind of like
just kind of shook everything. Yep. Like, oh wow.
See, I go that way.
You saw this happen?
Dude.
Look at how far it goes under there. You saw it come down, or you just saw it open like this? Yeah, we just went by the hole.
Wow.
I think even that laying out there, maybe that may save them. I don't know how.
Yeah, he should be stopping traffic.
Yeah. Wow. That is so scary. A jet crashed at Reno's air races, killing the pilot and 10 spectators and injuring 70.
This is why I never go to air shows. This happens too often.
Yeah. The Reno air races crash on September 16, 2000. We told you this is the not so current news. Anyway, I think there's video.
No.
No?
11 people died? No. Come
on. All right.
No.
Serial killer Joe Metheny ran a burger stand where he sold burgers made from humans to customers. What are your French onion soup burgers made of? No, just kidding. I'm fucking around. Next, Pope Leo the 14th. I read that right? has officially been inaugurated. Remember, this is the not so current news. Okay. Oh, I have recently been running into some seriously cool food clips. So, you know, we react to so much Jock Torres, but this guy's pretty dope
No,
too.
we haven't.
Not in a while because he keeps demonetizing.
Look at all that. You know how much money that is?
That's a lot of fucking money right there. Oh.
Wait, did he blend whole beans?
I don't think so.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I don't. You want to watch it again?
Yeah.
But it's cutting so fast you can't really tell. Oh, Josh, we're gonna mute the music because, or switch out the music because it's gonna get demonetized. Yeah, I don't think he did that. Jesus fuck. Oh. Wow. 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 That was sexy. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we did making it. And remember, it always gets better. And with that said, I'm Chef Brian Sound, not your typical chef,
Frenchie.
and we'll see you real soon.